Hi guys. What is the date? That would have been a good thing to look at. It is February February 13th. It's a Thursday. And my birthday is coming up. Oh, hi Spazzy. This is Spaz, everyone. She's the gray cat that bites. And I'm not quite sure what she's doing. She's rubbing herself on my laptop. I'm sure if I didn't have headphones in, y'all would hear it. Spazzy, what are you doing? What are you doing, mamas? I don't normally film with my door open because, you're covering my camera, cat. You know. Because, cat. I can't even stop laughing. Oh my god, Spaz, come here. Mamas, come here. Come here, mamas. Hi. Hi. This might be the entire video because I can't stop laughing. She's giving me this look like, why are you stopping petting me? And she goes to rub on my camera again. I need this camera for free, please. Let me film and then I will give you attention. I have a problem with this cat sometimes. This is the first time she's hopped up on my bed too. She doesn't do this normally. And she's off. Okay. I went to grab my phone because I'm like, I might as well make a TikTok, but I don't want to do that a lot on camera. I'm like, what's the point? Like, I get I'm making content for my TikTok then, but at the same time, it's like, I have 4 followers on TikTok, and it's all because of the cats. None of them care if I'm recording or not. I'm trying to think what I said in my last update. This is why I need to rewatch videos before I make these, Be smart. I'm not smart. I should be. Work has been a pain. My manager's trying to kill me, I'm very sure. Well, we have 2 managers upstairs, technically. And, ow. One of them is normally not that bad about, like, letting me do what I want and making sure I don't overwork myself. And then there's the other one. He has me tape, which you would think is easy. It is not easy at all. He has me bagging. I can do that. I learned how to sort because I flat out told him, like, I'm learning to sort this shift. I don't care what you said. And I went and found someone to teach me to sort. But he had me taping again last night. And then he likes to send me down to unload. And it's like, why are you sending me to unload? We have 6 guys in this department. That is all we have is 6 guys in the department. And I get you don't want to get rid of all of them. Awesome. There's also 2 of them who hardly do shit. Go send them downstairs and make them go do work. Don't send me in a trailer. But of course they ain't gonna listen to that. They're gonna do what the hell they want. And it's just like, why? I don't understand my manager. I really don't. But I learned how to sort last night. But he's not smart. He doesn't think. The first hour and a half of shift is just all the packages from the previous shift come up. And okay, great. I'll learn how to sort under someone while that happens, because then we have 2 people in a sorter, so it goes twice as quick. Because 4 sets of hands or 2 sets of hands, 4 hands instead of 2. But no, he has me learn how to sort for the first 20 minutes. And he's like, you feeling okay about it? And I'm like, yeah, not that bad. Lady in the thing, Go send her to the other side in a little bit. Okay. 2 seconds later. Okay, let's go open B bin. And it is every other bin gets hit. I was learning in E bin. And A is the bin that normally gets hit. E is the bin that normally gets hit. And I think it's F or I that normally. A gets hit. B gets hit. C does not. D does not. E does. F does. G and H don't. I and J get hit. That's how many sets of things we have, and both of them have 2 sides to them. But only one of those sides, A, C, E, all those are the ones that are open. B and D and all of those don't get opened normally. I got sent to the open B bin, which is across from A bin, which always is slammed, on my own as a new person. I love Pablo. He's an awesome person. I'm not 100% sure he's the best manager. And I don't know how many of you guys know what an empath is. Pretty much, an empath is someone who feels the emotions of other people. And yeah, you can have empathy. Everyone has some form of empathy unless you're some kind of a psychopath. Being an empath is something completely different from having empathy. Because me personally, because I haven't found how to shut it off besides having music in. I walk into a crowd of more than 3 people and it's like emotional shutdown or emotional overload for me because it is so many emotions. And I have specific people that I'm tied to more, mostly people that I currently live with or have lived with for a long period of time, so my family. And I had gone into shutdown for the most part last night. Besides, I was really happy I had learned to sort. And so I had my own emotions for once, right? Not a very common thing with me. I get like the extremes of emotions is what I normally feel because I feel so many other people's emotions. It's kind of emotionally dampened me. And it makes it really hard for me to feel emotion. Which y'all will take this as an excuse as to why I don't cry at normal stuff or why I ain't grossed out. Like, it is what it is, and I don't care if you believe me or not. God gave me a gift. That is what it comes down to, is I got given a gift and I need to use it. But last night was one of those nights where I was not appreciating the gift. Last night was a night where I wanted to scream and yell as soon as I got downstairs because I just was slammed with emotions by my mom, who was not at all happy. I had been very happy coming downstairs, and I came down with a couple of other people that I'm not as tied to yet. I talked to them occasionally. One of them I haven't even really talked to. So I wasn't getting slammed with emotions, and there was only the 4 of them, and so I was like, okay, I can deal with this. Get downstairs, and there's like 3 people. Awesome. I can just hang out somewhere where there's no one. I go and tell my mom I'm going to go wait somewhere and go clock out. And I go from being happy to being pissed off like that. And it's like, Mom, why are you so pissed off? Are you okay? Like, first words out of my mouth when I got downstairs and I saw her were, are you okay? Because I could just feel it. She was not happy at all. She was not okay. She kills herself working on this IC belt. And ICs are anything that are really oddly shaped or anything over 100 pounds. It could be 100 pounds, it has to go on our IC belt. It could be 90 pounds and it can go up in the system, but anything 100 and more pounds has to go on this IC belt. And tires go on the IC belt a lot. Yeah. Last night was not a good night. She will split the belt, which means she separates things. She makes sure they have, it should be a fist wide at our building, but I tend to do it a palm wide distance apart from each other. Between packages, because that way it goes through our auto dim, which scans the packages and sees how big the package is, and recognizes the package and recognizes the fact that it's been scanned, and then it goes farther down, and it goes to whatever trailer it needs to get to, right? Sorry if I keep playing with my finger. I got a paper cut. I don't know that y'all can see it, but I got a little bit of a paper cut on a bag the other night. Nothing major, but pain in the butt until it closes up. But anyways, and then normally second shift she scans, and she'll scan the packages and someone else will sort or will split for her. Even if it's not someone that knows how the hell to split, she normally hits numbers. And that was a big thing because for 6 months our building didn't hit numbers. And then she started doing it. And as soon as she started doing it, we hit numbers every single night. It didn't matter what happened at the end of the shift that would have normally screwed it. She did good enough throughout the rest of the shift that it was okay. It didn't matter if like 30 packages went through that were wrong. She got another 500 that were fine. And so she always hit 90, 91, 92%, which is huge because the volume that those packages go through there, especially when one specific manager is downstairs who was last night, is crazy because it's the manager who's normally upstairs. The first one that I said, he's cool, he'll normally, let me bag. When he's downstairs, he's a different person. He just has everyone chucking stuff on the belt anywhere there's room, and it doesn't matter if there's a space in between the packages. Hell, I was trying to space out packages and wait for gaps that were, big enough for my stuff that would still have a space in between it. Nope. He sent me down to the area that actually does that because he's like, you're too slow. And he didn't tell me that. I just knew as soon as he said it, you're doing it too slow, is why he sent me. And I was just like, okay, if you need me to go do something else, I'll go do something else and let you do it your way. But I'm working tonight. I'm doing it the way I was trained. But anyways. But 2 nights in a row now, Mom is not scanned. She, not last night, the night before, Tuesday, it would be Tuesday, was supposed to scan and got told, no, go over to the SWAC, which is packages that have bad labels or they aren't in the system or something, so they won't scan. Go do SWAC on the IC belt. She's not comfortable doing SWAC on the IC belt. But she said, okay, because the manager, and we have 2 Franks. We have Fat Frank. I'm going to keep my comments to myself on that one, but he's not the best of managers. We have Skinny Tall Frank. Skinny Tall Frank is normally a good manager, and he normally sticks to what he says. And so he told her, go do SWAC, and halfway through shift, I'll switch you back. Okay, she went ahead to do it because she's like, I'm not going to fight my manager, and I'm not going to tell him that I can't do something. She's too stubborn for that. So she went ahead to go and do SWAC. They got slammed and hit after hit after hit. There were so many packages. She almost fell, and it was a mess. And they never switched her back. And he knew she's not comfortable on SWAC. But he didn't send her anyone until most of the way through the shift when they were finally slowing down and there wasn't hardly no SWAC. And then he sends her a helper, which pissed her off. And so he clocked her out early. And he saw me downstairs, and I'm always downstairs because I always get sent down because of Mom. Okay, I don't care. If I get hours, that's amazing. I will always take hours. But he saw me, and I had just finished doing what I was supposed to be doing down there. And he's like, oh, go ahead and clock out because he knew Mom waited for me. And he wanted Mom out of the building. And my mom had just told me I had been clocked out. And so I turned towards the manager and said, do you need any help? And he's like, no, go clock out. Okay, whatever. I'll go clock out. I'm not tripping. I got my hours tonight. I got like 4 hours that night. And I wasn't tripping over it. Like, it was hours. For me, more than 2 hours in a night, I'm happy. Mom was pissed. She didn't even hit 7 hours. She is supposed to, normally, to, be able to survive, she should hit 40 hours in a week. She's at 21 and a bit. And unless we get 8 hours tonight and tomorrow, she's not hitting 40 hours. So there's that. But I'm trying to think. I'm sorry. But she had problems. And honestly, she wasn't sure if she was going to go in last night, and I don't blame her because what they did was pretty much tell her you are inadequate. And they made her feel like shit. And I don't like to curse, but that's what they did. No, that's a lie. I just don't like to curse on camera. I like to curse. Trust me. I have another story after this, but that's a different thing. Last night she goes in, and first Skinny Frank wasn't there. Fat Frank was her manager, and then Pablo, my manager upstairs, was the other manager. And Carlos is the good one, and Pablo is the one who's like, he'll have me tape more than he'll have me bag. Because I'm the one person who will always say yes to him. It's a whole mess up there. Anyway, so she's like, yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll stay for second shift because Skinny Frank ain't here, so I'll be fine. They'll keep me on the belt. They didn't keep her on the belt. Skinny Frank showed up for second shift and was her manager again. And instead of having her scan and having the lady who was scanning last night over on SWAC, who's really, really good at SWAC, he had the lady who's really good at SWAC scanning and had mom splitting and killing herself running up and down that belt trying to shift 100-pound boxes. And he sent her into a tire trailer. Tire trailers are not light. They are heavy as hell. You can get big semi tires or bus tires, or you can get normal car tires. No problem. Sends her in the trailer by herself. Okay. She was so pissed off. She didn't even have the rollers that come across the aisle to make it easier on the people who split the tires and put them on the belt. She didn't even have those pulled across. She would fill her belt until it was about to fall off. Then she'd walk up front, pick up a tire, and just start chucking them. And they were the big, heavy-ass tires. That is how pissed off she was last night. That she split that entire trailer and did that entire trailer by herself without having those rollers pulled across. And so I came downstairs to that last night. And I just immediately knew there was an issue. And sure enough, there was an issue. He had her splitting and killing herself on that belt when, as much as she's not that old, her body is also not in the best of conditions, and she's working to fix that. Like, don't get me wrong. My mom is amazing, and I love her to death, and she's gotten through so much that I'm not sure I could have if put in her position. I'm not sure I could have done a lot of the shit that she's had to do to get back to where she is today after her little downfall. Sorry, this is making me emotional. But I'm not sure I could have done it. And she has problems with her thyroid. I need to get mine checked because there's a huge ass history in my family. One of my great grandmothers had to get her thyroid removed because they couldn't get it in check. Like, that is what the history in my family is with thyroids. Ugh, no, I'm crying. Sorry. But she has thyroid problems, and so that screws with her weight. and she retains water really bad, and that doesn't help anything. And so her body is not in the best of shape. And so as much as she's not even 50 yet, I'm not sure I should be saying her age on camera, but I'm going to do it anyway. She's 43. Much as she's 43 and should still be able to do this, it's really, really hard on her. And so the fact he had her killing herself both shifts to make sure they hit numbers, when the girl last night had mom splitting and barely hit numbers, when mom has been hitting 90, 91, she was pissed. Because, as she was saying, that makes it sound like she is inadequate, and it makes it sound like she isn't good enough to do what she does. And that's how it is. Like, what they're doing is making it seem like she's not good enough at her job. She's not able to do her job well enough to actually, get stuff done. When she's the reason they hit numbers. And even the big boss came over and said, oh, it's cross training. Their favorite lie, apparently. I don't know. I haven't been told it yet. But apparently that's something they love to do, is when they want to move you somewhere, they move you somewhere you're not good, and they call it cross training. I am, again, unaware of this, but apparently mom has had it happen to her before, and she mentioned it to her friend who confirmed that, because she had the same thing happen to her at the same time my mom had it happen. But they said it was cross training, and she flat out told the higher up manager, our sort manager Jacob, bullshit. Like, y'all are telling me I'm not adequate enough at my job is what you're doing. And he flat out told her, we are aware you are the reason we are hitting numbers, but something is going on. He didn't tell her something is going on. He said it's cross training, but something is going on that's the reason that they don't have her on the belt right now. And so it's a whole mess, and I came downstairs to it, and I love my mom, and I understand why she was so pissed off, but it completely killed my mood last night, and I wanted to come home and cry. And I don't cry often anymore. Like, I honestly don't, because it has been so ingrained in me. You don't cry. You smile and you bear through it and grit your teeth and you ignore all your own feelings, kind of thing. Because every time I would cry at the house, no problem, get told to stop it and that I'm overreacting and all of that stuff. And so I don't cry a lot anymore like I should. And so I tend to lock it in. And my mom says I wear my heart on my sleeve. She doesn't realize how much I really don't wear my heart on my sleeve. Because as much as I'll get these looks, like, those looks don't say it all. And she likes to think they do. And I'm not going to correct her, because if she wants to think my looks say it all, awesome, have at it, mom. Like, I'm not going to correct you on that. But my looks don't say it all. Her favorite thing to say is I have a killed my cat look when I'm getting corrected. And I don't think I do. Of course, I don't have any proof of this because I'm obviously not corrected on camera ever. But, and so she can always tell I'm listening. I had heard what she said. But I'm not upset when she's correcting me. And she doesn't seem to get this. Like, when I'm tired, I get a fucking... I don't need to say that word. I caught myself. I get a resting bee face. And that's just how I look when I'm tired. Like, I don't look happy. I look pissed off. And that's how it is. But I don't wear my heart on my sleeve as much as she likes to think. And so it's just one of those whole things, and I'm trying to deal with it at this point. And this video is 20 minutes of my rambling. I don't think you guys need to hear any more of that today. Last quick story, because I did something stupid at church Sunday. I was talking to my friend because I'm close to my friends, and we were going back and forth about the possibility of something. And in response to one of the answers to his questions, very loudly, I said, hell yes. at church while volunteering. One of the other volunteers came over and scolded me. And I was immediately like, I realized what happened after the fact, but it was like, the word was already out of my mouth. Oh! So it was just a whole thing. I'm stupid! But anyways, I think I'm gonna go, because y'all don't need to hear more of my rambling than 25 minutes of it. You guys have a good week, or however long it is until I see you next. And at the very least, I will update either on my sister's birthday or my birthday before I go on my trip. Promise. Making sure of it. Bye-bye, guys!